All right, welcome everybody. All right, it's another rootin' tootin' episode of Box Art Battles. All right.
You southern all of a sudden there? You
Yeah, I
what?
guess
What?
so.
You're rootin' tootin'?
Yep.
High ridingest, rootin' tootin'est cowboy of all time, sheriff of all time.
Welcome back. It's
Zach
been a
Crusher.
year since the last episode, and we swore we would be more consistent with it because we had like a year break between another episode of Box Art Battles too. So it was like it's been a while, but finally we're back, and we're joined by Ryan. How's
Hey,
it going?
it's good to be here.
It's always a fun time. We get to have a new guest each time on Box Art Battles. Ryan, since this is going to be a long video, might as well tell the viewers where they can find you now, just in case they're not here at the end of it.
So you can find myself. I do a podcast, The Otaku Brothers, with my brother-in-law, Rusty. So you can find the Otaku Brothers podcast wherever podcasts are sold for free. And we have a Discord as well. So we promote that. But yeah, that's basically where you find me.
Can you explain to me how you sell something for free?
Cheaply.
You don't really make a profit, but
Yeah.
it's selling
Not the best-
yourself, really.
Yeah, not the best business model, but good product.
I appreciate it, though. We appreciate it. Alec, how are you feeling to be
Yes.
back for another episode of Box Art Battles?
Oh, absolutely. And let me tell you, Ryan was like the first person I thought for the
Absolutely.
absolutely.
That's how you feel?
I'm. That's how I feel. I feel absolutely. I feel
I feel
the absolute state of this YouTube channel. We can't go any lower. We might as well do another box art battle. No, I feel great. I love this. Ryan was like the first person that I thought of to come back on to get us going, to get us in top form again.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan does have a little bit of an artist touch. I know he does do art in his spare time.
Okay.
So
That I do.
So we
So,
can expect a bit of a snobbish opinion. Is it?
Hopefully
not
not.
up to my
I'm
standard.
the more down-to-earth artist, but I'll definitely be judging you guys, your takes.
no, okay.
So,
Oh.
for the uninitiated, Box Art Battles is a series where my brother actually puts together these random assortments of video game box arts for us to discuss, debate, and vote on each round, tournament bracket style. They're randomly paired against each other. And by the end of this episode, we'll have a winner. We'll have the sixth winner, in fact, of Box Art Battles. All right? And you never know what you're going to get. I don't know what his process was to get these. Usually he tries to find a random way to do it. Like he'll go through like eBay listings or something like that. This could be anything. So we could have 16 really bad box arts. We could have 16 excellent box arts. You don't know what you're going to get.
I didn't watch Pete's latest eBay stream, so I don't know. There could be. So I don't know. It might be completely new to me if he used eBay.
That's right.
So it's just,
That's right. All right, so on the count of three, we'll go into match one, okay?
All right.
3, 2, 1, click. Oh, my goodness. No way.
Little different.
It's Butt Ugly Martians, Martian Boot Camp on the PC, is that?
I think that's a PC. Yeah,
that's
PC
a
Max
PC.
CD. Yeah.
And then Batman Arkham City on the PS3. Interesting. But Ugly Martians, I do remember this cartoon vaguely, and I remember having like a board game for But Ugly Martians.
I literally only remember the theme song because it was. I don't think I ever watched the show once.
I've never seen it. No.
It's hit. So you know how like Jimmy Neutron
Yeah.
was sort of like an early sort of CG TV show.
Mhm.
Reboot, I think, was the very first one. I think
Yeah.
I would prefer how Reboot looks to this. But Ugly Martians
Well,
was just
let's
horrendous. Like, no, okay, no, I gotta state my case about Ugly Martians. And it's funny though, because I actually brought this show up to somebody recently who didn't
Really?
remember it. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I never watched an episode, but the theme song, and I sang the theme song, which I'm not going to sing today. It's really
I
bad.
don't know the theme
So
song.
this was Nickelodeon as well.
I don't think it was produced by Nickelodeon. I think it was a Canadian studio, but it was on Nickelodeon is where they aired it. Yeah.
Okay.
there was a
So,
theme
I
song,
mean, they're
Before
called
my
Butt
time.
Ugly Martians, so there's an expectation that they should look butt ugly.
Yeah,
Would you describe them
that's-
as such?
They were successful for
Yeah.
sure. Those are some
They're butt
pretty
ugly.
butt ugly Martians.
I don't know if that's a good enough excuse, to be perfectly
Yeah,
honest.
but
Because
I mean, for the character design, are they butt ugly enough?
the
For you?
humans looked more butt ugly than the butt ugly Martians, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, I have to see
Uh,
the humans. That'd be nice.
well, they're not on this box though. That's
They're
good.
not. Okay, so I mean, and then Batman Arkham City is like
It's got that sleek design.
sleek
I actually
look.
haven't played that one either. On my list of things to do.
That box art design is art. That's really nice. I actually specifically sought out this version of the game, not the PS3 version. I think I have the 360 version. But I hated what they did with the Game of the Year edition because they slapped on like a bunch of red text, like all around,
No.
all around. And it's a different picture of Batman. It's like a front-on one with his fist raised.
Right.
But it looks horrible. This is like I always loved how this looked. It's very
I love
sleek.
the profile's nice, and you got that black and white with the red
Yeah.
text of the blood. Yeah.
Yeah,
And the blood
it's
on
very,
his
it's
hand, on his
hand too.
knuckles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought it was very classy. It's very Batman, so I liked it a lot. And it's a very good game. But we're not judging the game. We're judging box
That's right.
art.
Hey, if you look at it from a certain angle, it looks like he's on like some sort of creature. What is that?
It's a gargoyle.
Yeah, gargoyle
Oh, it's
on
a
the side of a
gargoyle.
building.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not as big of a fan of this box art. It doesn't do too much for me.
That's fair.
There's something about this box art to where it's like if I saw it on a shelf, I would kind of gloss over it. It's like too dark for me. It's like
Really?
It
Really?
doesn't stand out to me.
Is this the angle you're playing too dark for you? It's too dark.
Well, it's like the colors. It's like gray and dark. That kind of
Grayscale,
color.
man. It's classy. It's a
I
classy
get
box
you,
art.
but Ugly Martians is pulling me in.
What is pulling you in about this? Please elaborate, because nothing about this is pulling me in.
It's dynamic because you got three butt ugly fuckers, and they're looking in different directions. They're shooting. This guy is shooting in my direction.
Definitely more action than Batman, which you'd expect.
Yeah, I will suppose I will give it that. It does have a decent sense of like
movement
stuff going on. I mean, there's movement right in front of you. I guess there's movement like right in front.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that makes sense. I don't really like what's going on. I like more like what's going on in your face as opposed to the other guys in the back. But I mean, yes, it is cool because they're all facing different directions, so that works.
Mm-hmm.
Why is there no 3-player mode in this? Huh? There's 3 of them.
2 players.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you see up at the top left, there's some sort of
spaceship or something with some Martians.
This is Martian boot camp, so maybe it's the instructor.
Yeah, it looks like maybe he's ever seen it.
It's the drill sergeant. So he's drilling them. He's like, all right, you butt ugly Martians, you gotta blow up these robots.
Is there any part of you that wants you to vote for butt ugly Martians right now?
Not over Batman.
Not over Batman.
Dang.
There's something really elegant. The shading, it looks like it's out of a comic book. Like I know it's CG, but like it feels very. I mean, it feels like a comic book cover, and that's kind of what you want. I say for a kids game cover, Butt Ugly Martians is like okay. But there's just something like really. I just don't really like the colors are sort of all over the place, to be perfectly honest. Like the
very
I guess
clashing.
Yeah. I don't know. I will give it this though. It is a little cleaner. There's a lot less like logos because I mean, who's actually producing this game? Very few people. Whereas with Batman, of course, you actually have money behind it. So it does clutter it up a little bit more with logos, which we've criticized in the past. I know in box art battles, but they're still out of the way. They're not like taken up. Vivendi is not taking up much space either. But honestly, you kind of want to take up more space.
I don't know. I mean, they also have it's like a PC box art, so there's more room to work with. You know, it's like
Yeah.
you can fill up the whole thing. But
Yeah.
all right, so we're all in agreement, right? We vote for Batman,
Martians.
Arkham
It's
City.
voting for Batman. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Next one, 3, 2, 1, click. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. This is interesting.
Okay, Freak Style on the GameCube versus Midway Arcade Treasures 2 on the PlayStation 2, which includes 20 arcade games.
Wow. According to the box, anyway.
Loving the font on Freak Style.
Style.
Yeah, that's kind of wild. You know, this is EA Big. Rusty actually was just talking about this on the previous episode, which I listened to today.
Nice.
He's talking about EA Big games, how they need to bring that back, and I was like, I don't want current EA to bring that back. That's the only thing about that is I don't want them anywhere near these games. Freakstyle is definitely one you don't hear people talk about very often. In terms of EA Big, you always hear like the NBA Street or NFL Blitz or SSX. I don't know if I've ever heard anyone talk about this game, so I don't know anything about it really. But
yeah, I don't either. But very noticeable guy with expression on his face, looking right at us, doing a trick on that
on his
bike.
BMX bike. That's not BMX bike. That's a dirt bike. What are we talking about? That's not a dirt bike. I don't know what they're called. It's a motorcycle that's for tricks.
Right.
I don't know what those are. I don't know anything.
So I mean that one, we have like two very distinct colors here. I'm noticing on these two different box arts. We got orange and green. Freak Style, I think, has got a nice. I think the colors work together pretty nicely, from between the orange background, the red around the font, and then the flames. I think it actually works together nicely. And
I think Freak Style draws me in a lot more. I know kind of what I'm getting with this box art. I still have no idea what the one on the right will give me. Like, it doesn't tell me a lot about the game.
Yeah, I've always been very turned off by the box arts on these freaking Midway Arcade Treasures and things like this, where it's literally just a block of a bunch of different games on it, and it's like
it almost reminds you of like a Rubik's Cube or something.
Yeah,
I get it, but
I like when compilation games have a little something more, like a little bit more sleek. Like I think of the Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection, which has kind of like classic Sonic in it, and then it sort of has like a wireframe sort of like backdrop, and then behind him are like the title screens of all the games that are in it.
Right.
It's cool because he's front and center, so it's like you're drawn in by Mr. Hedgehog, Sonic the Mr. Hedgehog. Whereas this is just like
a splattering of different games that you couldn't really have like a one main figure.
I almost feel like having it like an arcade, like having like the arcade machines would have done so much better. Like you could be like, here's Rampage and Pit Fighter, Mortal Kombat 3, and then it's like and more, and you could like list a bunch of the ones that are kind of there, you know.
Like,
whereas here,
what they worked with here is featuring Mortal Kombat 2 to 3, Narc, and more. That's what they went with. That's their
especially because it's like you already have those on here. You have Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat 2, and Narc are already on there. So why would you even point that out?
To put down there, I don't even like that. Mortal Kombat 2 to 3, 2 to 3. All right. I mean,
no Mortal Kombat Classic, no OG.
I mean, I like the font. I think it's a clean logo up there. I think that's pretty nice. But
they do have the arcade in there. It's just tiny. The
little one in the logo. You mean? I
didn't see that.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that, but I wish that had been like maybe more front and center rather than. Especially because like they got Spy Hunter there too. Spy Hunter is great. Why didn't I talk about that game? Everyone likes that game.
Oh, because like. The idea of this game is got 20 arcade games, and that's cool. But when I look at this box art, it doesn't draw me in. Like, there's a lot to offer. Like, they could have had a lot to work with there. So,
yeah.
But Freak Style, I think.
I mean, I got to give it to. I'm not really crazy about his pose. There's actually like, even though it's supposed to be making it look like he's doing a big trick or something. I
It
just
looks
I
like
don't
he's
know
gonna
about
fall
that.
to his death.
It looks like it looks like he's just doing that. Like I don't know if I don't get a sense that the bike is actually like in the air when he's doing that, you know. But
Yeah, he's just on the
I think
ground.
maybe because
yeah.
it looks like because it's wrapping around the logo. Like I felt like maybe if it was like up a little higher, it would give that sense. But I mean, I gotta give it to it. I like the color scheme a lot. The logo is
Yep.
actually really cool, despite being like, what the
Hard to
hell am I
read.
reading? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
cool. I don't know. It's just it exudes like that like 2000s early 2000s edge kind of.
Yeah, that's
You
like a
know?
very Jackass era type.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So we're all in
It-
agreement there.
Yeah, you got to give it to that.
3-0.
I mean, I feel like I might even like playing Midway Arcade Treasures 2 more. I don't know. I don't know how it freaks out. It might be really great. I don't know. But I don't hear anyone talk about it. So,
All right,
but-
well, this one, the Midway Arcade Treasures
feel
2, does have Mortal Kombat 2 to 3. So
you don't undersell it there. It is rated M as well.
everything
so you know
from
it's-
Mortal Kombat 2 to 3 and everything in between, baby. All right. All right, let's go on to match number 3. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Oh god.
I do think this one with the 30 games does it a lot better than the
Oh my-
arcade.
Okay,
I
so
wa- yeah,
we've
honestly.
got Winning Post 7, Maximum 2007
Yes,
on the PlayStation 3 versus
Oh my God.
Family Party 30 Great Games Outdoor Fun Wii on the Wii.
30 Family Party
They,
great games.
They both
Family-
really know how to name a game. That's what
Yeah.
I say.
So we got shovelware on the right side. Oh my god, I really just want to focus on the text, the fading,
Oh
the
god.
like the freaking windows.
We remember the moments.
That is so Japanese. I can't get over
You
how
remember
like
the
how
moments.
Japanese that feels. Like we remember the moments. It's like well, about a horse race, okay, I guess.
Winning Post 7?
Winning Post
Are you
7.
serious?
It's the 7th game in the
Seventh?
Winning Post series,
In the series?
apparently.
That's
I'm
crazy.
surprised they made 7 of these games.
The horse racing games are actually. I feel like there's a decent market for those in Japan.
Is there?
Yeah,
I don't-
I
when
think
I
there's
think
like
of-
when
I know.
Pete was going through like a list of like PS2 games, there was like probably like 10 of them. Yeah,
Look, I mean, we've run the gamut on Boxstar Battles of using blur to show speed. There's been good examples and bad examples of it. How do you feel about the blur on this one? I think it's pretty strong. Pretty strong for
It's-
me.
It's almost making me sick.
Is it?
are there's? I mean, this don't even look like there's two horses. It looks like there's one horse
It
that's
is one.
fused.
Is one two-headed
It's like
horse.
two-headed horse. I only see one jockey. Is that like is the hair in the background?
There's a
Is that
yellow,
another
there's a
jockey
yellow
there?
helmet one behind him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the yellow.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like.
Oh yeah, I guess I can see. Oh, I guess I see that now.
Like behind the blue.
Yeah,
Kinda
behind the
top
blue
dress.
on the yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not liking what they did with this, and the Wii remember the moments. I'm like, what? Suddenly, I'm
Are
like,
they in
is
the
this
clouds as well?
Yeah,
Looks
they're like
in the
yeah,
sky.
they're in the sky. It's like, well, we remember the most. It's magic, like a magic. You know, it's very Japanese.
I don't know. I mean, it seems like
Um,
I don't know if this is supposed to be a typical horse racing game or not. But to me, when I see this, I'm like, okay, so this is like there's some weird magical stuff happening here. You know,
Winning
Some
Post
fantasy
7,
racing.
And
It's-
like
well,
a
it's
It's like
maximum.
a dramatic
maximum 2007.
maximum 2007. God, but can we
Alright,
take a second to come over to Family Party 30 Great
Yeah.
Games Outdoor Fun and look at these character designs? You can't help but love this guy with his Wii remote while what is he chopping?
Just
that
chopping
in half?
wood.
Is he doing
Doing
that
some-
like
Doing some taekwondo.
yeah? He's breaking some.
Okay,
So he can just karate.
Okay, the issue with me here is this boy. He's got a Wii remote in one hand and he's chopping with the other, and then all the other people they're just doing the things without the Wii remote.
With no. Yeah.
Yeah,
Why does he have
So
the
you
Wii
gotta-
remote anyway? He can chop without it.
yeah. You can see in the big corner there. See Wii. Also, I think you can probably just tell by the box art itself that it's a Wii game because it looks like generic
It
garbage.
just look like absolute dog shit. So that's got that going for it.
yeah. Oh
What's
man,
the person doing that blue person? He looks like.
He's boxing
So you
for
got
sure.
girl rowing.
yeah.
and
Oh no,
then-
I think he's talking about at the top. I can't even tell. Is he singing?
I don't know. It looks like he's trying to like rob someplace.
Yeah, it almost looks like it's like the That's All folks. Like he's tearing through the
It
Looney
looks like
Tunes.
he's just running. Maybe he's just run. You run through targets or something weird.
Oh, maybe.
Outdoor
It's
fun.
like Kool-Aid guy.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid.
Walls.
And that woman in the top left, she's got the full-on hunch as she's
Yeah.
going for that row.
The Rowan hunch.
Yep. And then, it's all the outdoor fun you come to expect. Chopping wood, lassoing.
Boxing.
boxing.
I usually do think of boxing as outdoor fun.
Outdoor
That's
fun.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Fisticuffs in the street. That's what I think of when I think of outdoor fun.
And he's also definitely not outdoors chopping that wood. Am I right? Or
He does look like he's in a dojo.
It kind of does, yeah.
He's the premier focus of this.
Yeah.
Then you get some soccer, you got football. What's that next to the 3? What is that symbol?
A target? Is this supposed to be like a target, like target
bow and
shooting?
arrow or something?
Okay.
Archery?
But I'm more looking at the maze thing, or like is that like a
that's one
motion
of the,
puzzle?
I'm not
or
sure.
something?
It's got to be one of those tilt games where you get the ball out of the maze.
Mm.
That's
Yeah, because I think of outdoor fun. That's usually
a lot. I'd love to do that outside. Okay,
Wow.
but I mean, he's terrifying. The guy's terrifying, right, with his eyes.
Yeah, I mean, he's like soulless eyes. He's just like, this is my enemy. As he chops
Wii
down.
remote in one hand with the wrist strap on. Chop.
I don't know. I think winning post is growing on me.
It's starting to grow. I kind of hate it.
It's not
but
growing on you. Let's be honest, it's not growing on you. It's next to 30 Great Games.
It is next to third grade. No, I remember the moments. I'm gonna remember that for the rest of my life. I'm gonna remember the moment for the rest of my life. I will give you that.
Yeah, what moments I don't even know.
I do want to point out that the guy in the bottom of the 30 Great Games looks like in the first Despicable Me film, he's like Gru's assistant.
Oh, he does.
Does he look just like him?
Like a younger version?
Yeah.
Before he
he's like-
shrank.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He looks like Gru's assistant. I don't remember that guy's name, but
The last thing we want to add for the 30 Great Games is that the font is the typical, just like clash a bunch of big old fonts together, and then it's like a plain white background where these circles are over. So obviously winning post 7 is a lot more imaginative and inspired, I feel. So that
I have a
gets my
question.
vote.
Do you actually think that this is a thing about these Wii games? Do you think that you actually do like all of these things in here? I actually am not convinced that you even do like some of the. I don't know if they would have like a lassoing game.
No, I buy it.
I don't know if I
I
do.
don't know. Like Wii Sports, I don't think they advertised anything that wasn't in the game. I don't know what
Yeah, but that's
you'd
Wii
even
Sports.
do.
That's a Nintendo property.
That's true.
This is D3.
generic.
This is D3 Publishing, and who
What
knows
would
who developed it? Some rando.
So would it just be like animals running around? You're just chucking your Wiimote and lassoing them?
Who
Could be
knows?
lassoing targets.
Probably,
a lot of these- a lot of
go
times-
inside and lasso if you're being consistent with these other outdoor fun.
Yeah, you
I
go
mean,
in the
this
dojo
guy-
and you lasso the kid who's chopping wood, and that's.
Also,
Well, maybe this is all like one game. Like the robber, you go into the house, he's gonna like rob someone, so he needs to lasso them up, tie them up, and get their stuff.
Wow, it's like
And
a big
just a
old.
fusion.
We
Just
remember the
training you
moment.
how to be a thief.
They could have done the same thing as winning post 7, but with WII, remember the moments, and that would have got me.
We
It would've
remember
brought a
the
tear to
moments.
my
Yeah.
eye.
like we would like to play. We remember the
Yeah.
moments when that happened. Yeah, it's
Also,
true.
lastly, who holds that Wii
Lastly.
remote like that, like a psychopath? He's holding it face up, face up. The sensor pointing to behind him,
Yeah.
like.
Like a psychopath.
All right, I vote for winning post 7.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
easy,
for sure.
easy.
All right,
I remember the
so far they've all
moments.
been 3-0.
Yeah.
3-0 votes. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
It's American
couple games
Dragon
I
Jake
recognized.
Long, Attack of the Dark Dragon on the DS versus Star Trek Online on the PC.
I'm really liking the Attack of the Dragon.
I mean, I don't
kinda
mind
do
it.
too.
It's like simple, but the design actually works. Where I do like his little ear peeking over the side
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
I
the
like
DS.
that. There's a ton of font though. I don't know, like
Yeah, there's kind of a lot
there's
going on with the font there.
A lot of
I like the
words.
big
Yeah.
characters. I like the two different forms. So you get the dragon to see his second form, but
Mm-hmm.
either the bottom Attack of the Dark Dragon shouldn't be there. It just gets really cluttered. I did like this show.
I heard
Right.
really good stuff about it. I think I was a little old when this came out to begin
I was
with,
probably too old as well.
but
Right.
I don't know. I feel like I slept on some of the Disney animated stuff because I know that there was some pretty good stuff of that era, but
hmm
um,
I think this era
yeah,
was like right after Kim Possible type,
yeah,
like
yeah.
that
It was then
name.
I like Kim Possible quite a lot.
I do too.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Rufus
um,
and Ron, and it was a good
yeah,
time.
yeah.
So I do like
But
that
hey,
he's also biting the logo, or no,
I don't know. Is that
I think that's
just
it
like a?
looks like he's biting the logo, but it's actually breathing the fire. If you look closely,
oh
you see
yeah.
breathing.
He's like breathing.
So actually, I kind of I
Oh,
take it back. It makes it worse for me.
Yeah, that kind of
I'm
makes
like,
it worse. It
what's
kind of
going
does make
on
it
there?
worse.
I thought it was just a spike thing. I didn't know. Is his mouth open?
Yeah, it's like he's breathing fire. If you look really closely, you can see like the smoke
The
coming out of his
fire is
mouth.
there, but his mouth is
Uh,
open, right?
Yeah, I think
It's like
so.
he is, and the mouth is under. It's around the gong logo,
hmm.
but yet there's
Very.
fire. It's okay. It's unsettling now. Is what it is.
Yeah, I kind of don't like
Yeah, that's
that.
kind of making it worse.
I really
Meanwhile,
liked it at first.
let's look over at Star Trek Online because this is like movie poster 101. Do you
Mm-hmm.
It
remember
is.
how every movie poster after a certain period of time started using blues and oranges in everything?
Yeah,
Here you go. There you go, blues and oranges.
yeah. It's not doing it
Um,
for me too much.
I don't. So here's the thing. I actually don't like how the Starfleet symbol is
I don't like it cuts
separated like
off.
that.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't like how it's like. It just feels like weird. I'm a big Trekkie. I love Star Trek. I love the Starfleet logo. I don't like kind of how it's like split here, where it's I just don't. Maybe they should have come down like the middle. So during this looks like this is Kelvin timeline stuff. I don't remember when Star Trek Online came out.
Okay.
So one of the things that they started doing in Kelvin universe stuff was they would actually show the in the sort of logo. I might actually be wrong about this. They may have started doing this earlier than that, and I don't remember. But um, in the sort of insignia, they would show rather than just like coloring the shirt, they would actually show sort of like what position or like what role that you had on the ship. So command was a certain symbol, science
Okay.
officer was a certain symbol, engineering was a certain symbol. So I almost feel like using that to maybe instead of sort of what they did here, but using like the symbol to maybe show like red coming out or something rather than splitting it down the middle here. It just feels very weird.
Mhm.
And I don't know why the Starfleet officer, who's the good guy, is like covered in the orange of the evil Klingons by the look of it.
Right.
I don't
Hmm.
I don't know. I like the pose. I think it's like a really strong pose, and I think it's like the shot of all the ships, the fleet up above is really good. You've got the Starfleet ships coming to the right.
Mm.
You have the looks like Klingons or Romulans coming from
Going to the
down
left.
below, coming towards the left. I really like that a lot. I almost feel like maybe they should have just focused on that instead of having this shit down below that I hate.
Yeah. Well,
I don't like any
overall,
of that.
yeah. Overall, I don't like the way the composition of it, to where you have all that white on the outside. I think that really takes away from it. You know.
Yeah, I completely
Yeah.
agree. I get
Maybe
kind of what they're doing with the kind of artsy approach to it, but it just
Yeah.
doesn't work having three white spots.
maybe like zooming zooming out more. Maybe having it so you can see the whole logo would have been better. I don't
Mhm.
know.
Well,
But everything in the logo is great. I'm good with
Yeah.
the font. It's right to
The
the
font,
point.
yeah, it's the font. The font's fine. You get the classic Star Trek font. Um, yeah,
but overall, I think the way they composed it kind of gives it like a meh. It
But-
doesn't stand
I don't
out
know.
for me.
With the dragon's mouth open, breathing fire. It's
Oh,
Star
no.
Trek is, yeah. Star Trek's looking a little better, even though the composition's odd.
Yeah.
That mouth is just unsettling.
It is. Yeah, it kind of makes it like maybe they should have had.
Damn it, Jake Long.
Maybe they shouldn't have even had the dragon on there at that point. Like, because you already hate the sense. You already know this. If you know the show, which is probably where your grandparents are buying this for you for your birthday or whatever.
Yeah.
If you know the show, then you know that the whole concept is that he turns into a dragon, and you can already see like this. The idea of the dragon is already on the logo. So do we need and him actually? You come to think of it, but I think having one of the characters on there is necessary. I don't know if you need him in both forms, especially if he's breathing fire.
Let me give it the benefit of the doubt. Is there a thing in the show where he puts his mouth around something and it heats up the thing? Like, is he heating up the gong?
I think he's just randomly breathing fire. Even maybe he breathes fire in human form once or twice when he was getting used to it. But if you take that dragon out, that upper right-hand corner would be so empty.
Yeah, so I think the dragon should have been there, just slightly different pose.
Yeah, or just mouth closed.
Mouth closed, not breathing fire.
Yeah,
the fire's like. I mean, even though they
don't really even see it that well.
Yeah, they really upped the whatever the transparency or whatever on that effect.
The opacity.
The opacity, yeah. It's like, oh, I'll turn that way down.
Yeah, so that's a bad choice.
If I just tell myself that little red thing that is his mouth is just a spike, kind of like the one up top, then it looks fine to me.
Yeah, it does look better if you think that. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem that that's the case.
Okay, but let's not forget that is a bad choice. But I do want to shout out this logo. I do like the gong being used as the logo, and then
I like that too.
The overall composition, and then the Jake in his human form inside the dragon form. I think that's overall really cool.
Did they do that a lot with like the character on the box overlapping the DS? Because I really like that choice.
I mean, it's not uncommon, but
it's not uncommon. I like it a lot too. I actually like
it.
DS box arts, man. The DS was something special. It was a very special little system.
Because you don't really get that in many other box arts. That ability to like overlap. You don't really see people doing that. Or like with Game Boy Advance, you rarely saw that. So Game Boy Advance box art suffered because of that, in my opinion, because everything looked like shifted over. DS makes it work. For me, American Dragon, Jake Long, Attack of the Dark Dragon gets my vote. Because I just think the composition overall is better. It stands out more. I like the colors. I don't know.
Yeah, the same.
I'm throwing a bone to Star Trek Online. I think it does have some weird composition things, but I think maybe it's just the Trekkie in me. There's something about the real elegance of the fleet up, kind of flying up above is I really like a lot. I can kind of ignore the stuff down below a little bit. I mean, it looks kind of like just like noise and rocks and stuff, even though again it does look like there's a Klingon there.
It looks like there's actually a fight going on.
Yeah, like a war.
Yeah,
just like. That's not really That doesn't really evoke Star Trek. Star Trek to me is everything that's going on up in the top. That's Star Trek. Star Trek is exploration and the bright future of mankind. War is not what I think of when I think of Star Trek.
Too much of a focus, on that fiery color that's highlighting him.
But I'm still throwing that a bone. But I'm out. Right. I'm out. I voted. So.
All right, 3, 2, 1, click. Oh my!
Oh.
What?
Forsaken on the PS1 versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on PS2. Why? Oh my goodness!
Why is she so sad? She needs to be happy. Do you remember?
Do you remember
that with Pastro?
Yep. Crusty ass hair and the Forsaken tattoo on her cheek.
I don't know how I feel about the Forsaken one. Like, I don't know what the game is actually. Yeah.
It feels like. Doesn't that feel like an album cover?
It does. It really does.
Really, like I almost wish they hadn't gone with the generic '90s like MTV text over on the side or like music video text. I almost wish that they had just kept it on the tattoo and that's the name of the game, and then you just see that by that.
Look, I don't
hate it. I almost feel like I would have preferred that. I don't hate it either, honestly.
I do hate her choice of tattoo, but
Not exactly where I'd be
maybe
getting
that's
a tattoo.
why she's sad.
But do you like the like perfect teardrop though? By the way,
I do.
that actually does
I
kind of
like it.
irk me a little bit.
I love
It does
it.
irks me a little bit. I mean, like if you're making her crying, that's one thing, but it's like it's almost like it's just like perfect little
too good.
teardrop.
It's like
Yeah,
this
it should
really
be.
stereotypical type,
Yeah, it should be more of a streak down the cheek,
Streak down the
Yeah.
if you
cheek.
will.
Like, almost distorting over the tattoo would be really cool.
Oh yeah,
choice-wise.
yeah.
hmm Also, if she just didn't have that tattoo, maybe I'd have more respect for it.
What is
Okay,
what is the wow?
But I like the color. She's in color, and then the background is like some sort of
It's got like a really
beach or- I
murder
don't know.
mystery type
There's really-
vibe to it.
yeah, really dark. It's hard to tell.
I'm getting kind of like I am getting like a horror game vibe from
Mhm.
it. I don't
Yeah.
know if it is. I don't know if I've ever heard of this game.
I have,
Forsaken.
yeah, it's got to be horror, very narrative focused game. Because you have no
Yeah.
idea what kind of gameplay is involved with this game.
Could even be like a point and click game for all I know.
Yeah.
I hope.
PS1.
Almost like
I hope
in a-
they got
like
it's a
she
puzzle.
was
It's just
captured or something, or
it's just a puzzle
escaped.
game.
It's got
I'm
the M
surprised.
rating.
It does, yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, how do we feel about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I think we've lauded this pose in this sort of like box art style before. I think we actually gave our first box art battles. I think we might have. It didn't. We didn't give it to this. Maybe it wasn't our first one. It was one of them we gave it to, or it was came down to the wire. I don't remember if it won or not, but we were really lauding a Ninjago box cover, and I always think of like the characters running towards the box. It's like always like a really interesting or dynamic, fun kind of thing to do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um,
Almost as you're the villain.
Oh, I don't know if I think about that way, but it's cool at least to like have the characters running towards.
No, I'm not a bad
towards the
guy.
cover. I'm not a bad
Take
guy.
it
I swear. Whoa, guys! Whoa, hold on! You got to turn the box over at that point. Yeah.
You turn the box around
Join
and you
them.
are the turtles. You see
Yeah, you're the
yourself.
turtles. That's
No,
This-
it's a really good way of displaying one, just starting out. It's an action game,
Mm.
and then also a lot of characters to try to, because you don't have a huge canvas to get them all in there.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, dude. Here's an instance where I actually like that they're running off screen, like or off the sort of
Yeah,
canvas, if you will. It again, it works to sort of the dynamic, how fast they're moving. Man, they're the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
And I think this is based on the 2003 cartoon. I could be wrong about that, but I think that if memory serves, I think that this particular cartoon was the 2003 one, which people really like a lot.
yeah. I was
I
never really big into turtles.
Mm.
I don't know if I wasn't allowed to watch them or what, but this is one of the cartoons that passed me by.
I was by proxy when I was extremely little, because like one of my best friends at the time was like obsessed with the Ninja Turtles. I knew like nothing about them, and then I think I played Turtles in Time on the Super Nintendo, which is like one of the greatest beat 'em up games ever made. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4. But other than that, that's like pretty much the maximum of exposure. I'm really interested in that new beat 'em up that just came out. But yeah, I sort of like watched them from afar, be like, ah, yes, the Ninja Turtles. They were a thing that happened when I was a child, and people were really into them.
I saw the really CGI'd Turtles movie.
Oh yeah.
That was a
Michael-
fun time.
The Michael Bay one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
really? those are like the awful.
I had a good time. I mean, you're not going for quality. You're going
yeah,
for
that's fair.
just cheap jokes, pizza, rat people, and turtles.
That's fair. Megan Fox is in that, right?
Yeah, I believe
She
so.
April O'Neil, which is like really bizarre to me, but
Yeah, that was definitely her era with Transformers and
Yeah.
Turtles, and
My vote goes to Forsaken, you cowards. Okay.
it's definitely going to Forsaken for me.
Thank you.
to me, it's like TMNT is just like it's good,
But it does not. It's one of
but
those
it doesn't
box sets that
evoke.
just, yeah,
it doesn't
do
evoke
much.
anything more than like.
You're getting Turtles.
Yeah, I mean, there's no like villain. There's no like. there's not. I mean, yes, they're on the streets or whatever. Yeah, there's just something about it that's not as interesting to me. It doesn't draw me in like Forsaken does. I gotta
I'd
give it to
almost
Forsaken as well.
I'd almost say that the yellow background diminishes it, just because the turtles almost blend into the background too
Yeah,
much.
maybe it's
Like
almost like they should have made it like a purple or something like
like
a
a
lot darker
blue or
or a dark
a sunrise.
Yeah, I'm not a
Yeah.
fan
Something-
of the yellow orange.
yeah, something darker. I think maybe.
For
Yeah.
sure. All right.
All right, Forsaken it is.
Yeah, Forsaken. It's just something real fascinating about that to me. I don't know.
We'll have to
Look that up.
dive into that more later.
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, click. Wow, it's Super Mario
Oh.
3D World plus Bowser's Fury versus Super Ninja Boy on Super Nintendo.
Oh.
I love this box
Yeah.
art. I love Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. I think it's a great box art.
I think it's. I kind of agree with you. I do. I like this box art a lot.
Super Mario 3D World, the original box art, is just the same thing, except you take out the Bowser's Fury. But I do think the Bowser's Fury actually adds a lot to give it a nice clash for the box art.
Yeah, and I like the clean cut between the two games. Like
And-
they're not
yeah.
fading into each other, just color wise, tone.
Yeah, tone is completely different. It's all the badass Bowser Jr. and Mario looking at this freaking beast of a Bowser.
I like the thing too. Box art is also implying something about the game. Super Mario 3D World is the biggest chunk of it. You're getting that full game. Bowser's
Sure.
Fury, it's not as precedent, but it is a slice of the pie here. So you do get a little bit out of it there too. So it's plus Bowser's Fury. So it's like you get this main meat game. It's very good. And then Bowser's Fury, which is also very fun. If you want to know more about that, check out me and Zach talk about the results of the Gems Challenge, because we talked about these games in detail because we both had it. But anyway,
So
Yes.
Super Ninja Boy. Interesting. I don't like that the box art is looking away from me. First of all.
Yeah.
yeah. So you're really getting the whole spine. You get the spine of the Super Nintendo box.
Yeah.
Can I just say something? I love the Super Nintendo boxes. I think some people probably aren't a big fan because they have a lot of like weird
I'm not
elements to them.
I'm not because of the whole strip that takes up the whole corner. You know, it's like Super Nintendo.
I really like them. A lot of times they could. I don't know. I think it's probably a nostalgia thing that I like them so much. It's just really nice, a nice clean look to them. But I'll tell you what's not clean. That art.
Ah,
I don't know why.
What is in the background?
Shenron.
Is that a train?
Is
or-
there Shenron?
Shenron, in fact.
Looks like the legendary Starfy is back there.
Okay, it looks
You got an
like
Octorok breathing
someone on a
fire.
drum set, right? There's like an enemy on a drum set,
It's kind of what that looks like. It is like a drum set enemy on a cloud or something.
which gives Ninja, first of all.
Yeah, I
I
do. I
love
definitely
that.
get Ninja from that. Maybe is it Thunderous in his big for the Pokemon who's giving his big drummer debut.
Right.
As he's playing a concert.
And then there's the freaking weird star with a face at the bottom left.
Starfy in his angry his teenage angsty years.
And then there's Octorok at the bottom with the
Breathing
It's
the
really
freaking
hard
red
to
fire.
tell with like the sideways look to it.
Yeah.
I hate that they look like little creepy little children.
That's just who they
this
are,
is
Alec. Some people
it's just
look
who
like
they are.
that.
I
It
almost feel
almost
like. Sorry, go
You know-
ahead, Ryan.
It almost looks like the one on the left doesn't have a nose, which is creeping me out a tad.
It's
I can
just-
see the nose.
It's like
Can you?
It feels very like 1930s and 40s cartoon style.
Like a Cuphead type. Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet the game looks nothing like that.
No.
Okay, so what's striking to me is I do like the Ninja Boy font, but then they lost me with the super. You lost me with the super on it.
Yeah.
It's really a weak a weak point to the font. That little super.
It's
For some
it's
reason,
almost like
the fact that the super is like it's faded. It's like almost the antithesis to the word super. So it's kind of weird, but
I feel like if they'd kept the same sort of like maybe make super like yellow and red like in the same sort of font, because like it's almost like they used like I think there's like a weapon that looks like the S in super, kind of like a chakram or something similar.
okay, yeah.
But it's still kind of like, yeah, I just don't really like. I don't really like. I feel like if you made it whimsical like the rest of the font, it would have worked a little better.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm fine with it being blue. It's just that white for the Ooper,
the,
that white for the background.
It's Uber Ninja
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, so that I think that one of the strongest parts of the box art is the Ninja Boy, the font.
Actually, yeah,
stands out.
I agree. Actually, I think the font is really great.
But otherwise, what you just have is you kind of have the world, and then they threw on these characters. They're not even like part of the world. They're just like pasted right on top, you know. So you got Shenron, the drummer, the star, Octorok.
The only thing that looks like it's maybe interacting with the world is the star guy. So it looks like he's like climbing up a little bit on the side.
Maybe.
But
that guy just knew how to tilt an image and
yeah.
put it along.
Yeah, it doesn't seem really intentional.
So I mean, when you look at that, especially in comparison to Super Mario 3D World, where you have that character is actually like the Cat Peach actually interacting with the world, and it feels like things are actually coming out as they should in a good box art composition. You know.
This is like Nintendo perfected box art with the Wii U. I think like all of their first party games slapped. They were all phenomenal box art. Like Mario Kart 8 is another one I think of a lot. It's just like an example of incredible box art. And this one's like that. What the great part about this one is that they shrunk it because the Switch box is very small in comparison to the Wii U, and they shrunk it, and yet it's still they shrunk it. They took about like 30% of it to show off Bowser's Fury, and it still works,
right?
Which is pretty amazing.
So my vote goes to Super Mario 3D World.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, same here.
Slam dunks. So these have been mostly slam dunks here. So hopefully the second round it will heat up because of that. You know. All right, 3, 2, 1, click. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh gosh.
Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens on Xbox One versus Street Racer on the Atari 2600. I hate to tell you this, but Atari 2600 is never winning any match. Get that box art out of here. I hate it.
I don't.
That's really bad.
I hate Atari. Most Atari box art.
It almost
really
feels.
bad.
It does feel like a movie poster, like an old school movie poster with like all the font up top.
Is also another thing that's a little weird about this that I kind of like is how it feels almost like a Rorschach test.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? How it's sort of like all kind of like flushed out of
and
in the middle. It's so
look at
bizarre,
what they did
though.
at the bottom though. They stretched them out.
Oh, this
Are those other racers, or is that him blurred?
No, that's blur. That.
So what they did, that's an old school blur where I don't know if they necessarily could do some of the image manipulation that we can do now, or at least they didn't know how to do that. Where in that they basically just
took a million of the same.
They took a million of the same thing and stretched it out, so it looks really bad.
But man, do I love classic cars! All right, I love
it looks
those
awful.
cars.
Why are they? Yeah, they're like Model T. Yeah, I'm gonna go racing with this Model T. That looks fun.
But look at that! They have the traffic light right in the middle, because that's what you need to see for a street race, is when to stop and when to go.
Street Racer video game. Hey, but you got 27 video games in that though.
Oh Jesus!
Zach. 27. Street
Including
Racer, Slalom,
Dodge 'em, Jet Shooter, Number Cruncher, and Scoop Ball. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, scoop ball. That's what I want right there.
Okay, but yeah,
Um,
okay, so that's what's also weird to me is the fact they have a traffic light, which is like street
Well, that's the
racing and traffic light.
countdown. No, that's
I
the countdown
guess.
when you're doing drag racing.
yeah, wait for
Yeah.
But
drag
it's weird
racing.
that
Yeah.
they're past it. I get it. That's like in the background, but
It's just yeah, they
I'd
went with all
expect like some motion blur if they're off
mean,
the starting line.
Everything about this is bad. It's just like confusing.
Aw.
That's what I mean. It's like it's almost like they were trying to get like artsy with it, but it just doesn't really work.
Mm-hmm. But if you love the Atari, you love this box art. I tell you what.
Okay.
Streams Atari. All right, so Lego Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
This is pretty much the movie poster.
Yeah,
in
in
Lego
Lego
form.
form.
Like same composition.
Yeah,
This is
they
cheating. I
sort
want
of
this out of the competition.
they sort of blew up. They really focused a little bit even heavier on Kylo Ren, Rey, and Finn.
Mhm.
Because they are a little bit more subdued, but I mean they're Legos, so they're doing what they can. But the whole gang's here. You got 3PO, Poe Dameron, even Captain Phasma makes an appearance on this box art. How about that? No.
I don't think it really works as
Um,
well. It translates as well to a box art. Like all the bottom there, it all kind of like
Yeah.
you have to really
Yeah,
look.
Kind
to
of gets
see 'em.
lost.
Yeah. It's kind of neat though. I kind of like it.
It's kind of
Well,
neat, but that's about as much.
It automatically beats Street Racer video
Yeah,
game.
it's true.
Come on, but
Come on.
I love my classic cars, though.
If there's any defenders of this box art, you better sound off in the comments.
Yeah, it's definitely Star Wars for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
All right, so this will be the last match of round 1, and then we will have
All
our
right.
next round. All right, 3, 2, 1, click. Dragon Age Origins on the PC versus The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask on N64.
I love both of these box arts quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
Um.
these are good. Unfortunately, this is how the cookie crumbles here on Box Art Battles,
Yeah.
where one of these will share the same fate as Street Racer on the Atari 2600 as the round 1 loser.
Maybe Nintendo 64 box arts are compositionally better than Super Nintendo boxes,
For sure.
because there you only have the red bar
And
down the.
look, they peel that back. They peel it back only
They're
for
peeling
Nintendo
it back
64.
only for Nintendo. Yeah. They're peeling it back to show.
And the glow of the logo is stretching over the side of the box art.
Yeah, these are completely different. I love the Dragon Age.
So Dragon Age
Just the
Origins.
splattering like blood dragon.
It's such a cool logo.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's one of the examples of how you can use the negative space in box art to actually to your advantage. Some do it really poorly when you have a lot of white space, and it's like, okay, that's not good. But this actually takes advantage of it to make it striking, I think.
Yeah.
For a first foray in an RPG series, I often think of like elegant box designs for RPGs. Think of like the Japanese Final Fantasies. Oftentimes they'll literally just put the logo. They won't even have nearly much else. This isn't exactly that, but to me, it has the same sort of sense of like heaviness or elegance, I guess, like kind of. I don't want to say self-importance because that makes it sound like arrogant
Like
or something.
snobby.
But
Yeah.
but it's like to me, there's something like it feels classy. I guess that's kind of one way to put it. It does feel classy.
Yeah.
Like you said, the negative space. I think.
This is a very similar feel to the Batman game to me. Just very minimal use of color, but the color it does use is very intentional.
And it's a lot more effective for me, especially the whole shape of the dragon there. That's great, and how it encapsulates the whole image there. Now, let's talk about Majora's Mask. Okay.
We're talking about focusing on the logo alone.
Yeah,
is what we're doing here.
Like you said with like a Final Fantasy, it's almost like that. You just logo right there. But of course, they do have the Majora's Mask on there, which adds a lot to it. Imagine it makes it a lot stronger than if you take that mask out and it's just the font.
Yeah.
So
And then the coloring of the Zelda against the reds of the eyes of the mask is just a great contrast.
Mm-hmm.
Zelda had almost always featured a sword or sword and shield.
Hmm.
All of their logos were extremely similar in at least in the States.
Yeah.
They all use this classic sort of Zelda like that font. Um, at least from A Link to the Past on, they all use that font. Earlier ones I don't think quite use that, if memory serves. But they always were like focused on a sword, focused on a sword or shield. A Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, and Ocarina of Time all have very similar feels, where they're showing like a sword and a shield like together. Um, Ocarina of Time especially also has like the Master Sword with a Hylian shield. It even has the little ocarina next to the logo of Ocarina of Time. This is the first one. It's just like it's making a statement already. Like this game is different.
Hmm.
This game is different. Um, Not red, but we got a purple, which
Mm-hmm.
really of the logo, which I think really matches the kind of eerie purplish hues already on the box. Um, Not a sword, not a shield, but a creepy, spiky looking mask. Um, that definitely gives you a sense of like, whoa, it's like as Majora. That must be Majora's Mask. Well, I don't know. That's you get the sense again, the blurring away from it. There's something going on with this
Yeah.
mask. So
And I've always loved the purple with this game. It's always been something I've liked, even when I hadn't played the game for the longest time. That always stood out to me.
so that's something too that they focused on extremely in the so in the original game, a lot of the concept art and stuff has extremely heavy shadows. It's like all like black. Like all the shadows are like they use black for everything, in all the concept art. And from the remake, they didn't use that. They went with a slightly different style, but they focused on that purple. That purple was in everything. And I actually really liked. I like both. I don't know if I necessarily prefer one or the other, but I like the fact that they incorporated that purple a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Gee, I don't know. This is honestly like
This
really
is
tough for
a
me
really tough one.
because they're both really great in a lot of different ways.
I'd almost like the Dragon Age one more if it didn't have the people in the dragon.
Really?
Because you have like the wizard and a
mm,
guy with a shield.
mhm.
I think it takes a little bit away from me or for me.
I don't think so. I like that. I like that. For me, especially with the composition, I do like the woman, how it's like right next to the font too. I think that's nice.
Mm.
Um, and I
There's
just like I think
some
it adds some
magic.
depth to it. You know.
Mm. And it's also when BioWare was like, oh man, you see that on a box, and you're like, ooh, this must be really good.
Yeah,
Falling
yeah.
off a tad.
And like even the
Mm.
EA logo ties in with it. You know, they even
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
match
actually
that.
honestly that's really cool. I agree with that.
Majora's Mask. Um, I mean, there's something to say about simplicity, but to me, when it comes down to comparing the simple effective box arts to ones that are that put that artistic spin on it, like Dragon
Yeah,
Age does. I
extra
always tend to
artistic.
favor that way.
Yeah.
The thing that's really cool about Dragon Age Origins is that it's adding an extra artistic flair
Yeah,
onto because it is quite simple, in and of itself. I think there's something to be said. I think if there weren't characters in there, I think that would work just as fine.
Yeah.
Um,
And if there wasn't the
but
blood like splatter kind of blurring the edges, if like it was a realistic dragon, that would be a worse
I think yeah,
choice.
yeah, I like
The
the
meltiness of it.
yeah,
yeah.
I like that a lot too.
And like Majora's Mask, it accomplished what it needed to do for sure. And you don't need to have the best box art in the world if you just like do what they did, and it's like it's striking. But like if I could see a world where it could have a lot more depth as a box art, like they have Link with one of the masks on, and that could add a lot more to it. There could be because there's a lot of interesting characters and things in that game anyway that you could utilize in a box art.
Well, yeah. You look at the concept or the box art for the 3D.
Yeah,
It's like Link in front
I
of
love that
Clocktown.
one.
I do too. I like it a lot.
And that one has the moon in it too, right?
It does. Yeah.
Which is
It's
I
got the
think that's a
moon. It's
big
got
thing.
Clocktown and all the characters and everything too. So
Yeah, I think the moon is a really important factor too, especially considering the whole concept of the game. That would have been cool. But
I think it's probably gonna have to be Dragon Age for me.
It's so tough for me.
It's Dragon Age for me.
I think I get a. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. I'll throw a bone to Majora's Mask, but like I think ultimately like the extra additional flair on Dragon Age does I think edge it slightly for me. Even though I like the effect all coming out from the mask. There's the blur coming out, splashing over even the E for Everyone logo is got a little bit of shade on it and everything. It's cool.
Yeah, it's probably the one box art we've seen today that the blur is done well.
Yeah. Yeah, really. Well, I guess we're going to go into that.
Comparing to horses and
yeah.
All right. So Dragon Age Origins
moves on.
All right, so
Round
that brings
2.
us to our quarterfinals. All right, which begins with Batman Arkham City versus Freak Style.
Oh man.
Two like opposites of colors, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have lack of color versus a lot of red.
On of color.
A lot of red and orange. All right, so here's one thing. I don't like I don't like how the fire looks. I don't like how I kind of like the fact that it's hand drawn, but it looks like crap.
I feel like you'd have to go more cartoony based off of the font of it, right? Because the stylized font, they almost went not realistic on the fire, but it's not the same tone.
I don't know. Yeah, it's weird, right? Because like I feel like almost making it hand drawn. I almost feel like if you'd made it look like graffiti style fire,
yeah,
rather than this almost looks like a comic strip fire or like a Mickey Mouse cartoon fire, as opposed to like, well, yeah, it's like whoa, graffiti.
But would that be too much graffiti because the title is already a graffiti style?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, honestly, I don't hate the fire. I don't see it as that much of a flaw because I think the softness of it kind of works well as a contrast to the font in front of it.
If you were to go too crazy with it, it would have taken away from the guy in the motorbike.
So is he supposed to be like going through a ring of fire?
Or I think so.
Yeah, looks like.
Okay, because I only get I think the logo's maybe covering up some of the fire.
That's right.
So I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. Now I get it. But it doesn't look like he's going through it. It looks like he's just riding next to it.
And if you're riding through a ring of fire, you don't want to be flying off your bike. Like, is he?
maybe don't do a trick through it like that. I don't know. I don't know the first thing about this about Freak Style, but maybe don't do a trick where your
Freak Style
shorts are going to come into contact with the fire.
I think that's probably part of Freak Style. You know, that's the freak element.
Yeah.
You know, what's that little guy over the Freak Style logo with his tongue out? The little
freak.
He's the little freak, and we'll call him Freddy Freaker. No, that's something entirely different.
And he's got Band-Aids over one eye and a dollar sign over the other?
Is that what that is? I had S and X, so I was like, is it supposed to be implying? But he should have an E in the middle, so it's like, yeah, sex. Get away with that, huh? Wait, they can get away with that and they could get that away with that on an E for Everyone. That would have been dope. But no, that's not what happened.
No. I mean, it's all about money and hurting yourself, right?
Yeah.
That's for the Freak Style lifestyle.
Hurt yourself, get money. There you go. Make that bread, Mr. Right. Freak Style man.
I actually really like this box art. I do. The guy is a little weird.
Yeah.
But he's a freak. He's a
freak, and it does fit that 2000s sort of rendering style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it still kind of works. I still kind of hate. I there's a part of me that wishes that like they hadn't wrapped the bike because that makes it look like it does kind of not make it look like it's moving. I don't know. There's just something about it that makes it look like it's not really moving, even though you would
I,
think wrapping it would make it look like it's moving, but I to me it's I don't know. That's just weird. It's just,
Well, like,
yeah,
can
I
we
think the
consult?
angle.
Yeah, the angle, and can we consult the bottom right? There's an orange. There's an orange, almost like an incline that
Yeah.
covers the back wheel. That almost
Is that only to put the big on
that's
it, or is
just
that
to put
supposed
the
to be
big
like
on
a
it, I'm
ramp?
pretty sure. But I think it gives the connotation of like a ramp, but it
maybe.
doesn't really work with because he's in front of the wheel, so it doesn't
Yeah.
really work. So I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a thing with the EA Big, if they all had that sort of like slanted sort of thing on the bottom, maybe.
I feel like that's probably what it is, but with this
Yeah.
box art, I mean, it's orange, so it directly interferes in that way.
So I'm also trying to see other stuff in the background here. There's like it's just kind of like a generic sort of like that's weird. There's like it's like a almost like inside like a
Like a
like
not a football
cage?
or like.
Yeah, but I'm like wondering what like the weird like spider webbing window pattern is all about. That's what I want to know.
It's just glass.
That's-
It's glass. It's the
Just-
mausoleum that the freak style arena is in.
It's the freak
You
style
know the
arena.
freak style. All right, so I mean that's freak style, but what about Batman Arkham City? Is there anything else that stands out for you there?
Again, I like the simplicity. The focus on the colors is really nice. I get that they really wanting to go with the city aspect, so they're showing like Wayne Tower and stuff in the background.
I
Maybe
like
they should.
I like that they didn't put a ton of the city on. It's just
Yeah.
kind of a
I almost feel like maybe they should have put more of the night sky up above it, though.
instead of just
Like-
the cloud.
Yeah, like maybe like more like wispy smoke of like grays and blacks and stuff up around it.
Would that have taken away from the contrast though?
I don't know.
Of
That's the thing.
Batman versus just a matte
Yeah.
gray.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say.
Because then you definitely, because he almost like blends into it. If you had the wispiness, you could see that front edge of his
Mm.
helmet.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It is a very strong profile. Actually, I do really like that you see you even see like get a lot of expressiveness out of his mouth even just so.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think my favorite part about this is the use of red. Just very simplistic black and white, and the only color you got is red.
yeah, red on his knuckles is really great.
Yeah.
I do like the shading. The shading is strong.
Mm.
The lighting of it. I like freak style more.
That's tough. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of starting
It
to
might
come
be a
around on
hot take,
freestyle a little bit.
but it might be a hot take. Might be a little bit of a freak. Maybe a little bit of the freak in me coming out, but I think the font is really what seals it for me. I love the font of freak style. And Batman Arkham, I don't know what it is about Batman Arkham City, but the logo has always been like meh to me. Like the Arkham City.
Really,
font.
I love that because that Batman is like that's a. I don't want to speak because I'm no
speak.
comic expert. I feel like that is like a comic sort of thing, having Batman
Mhm.
the kind of title right in the bat symbol like that,
Yeah, I think that's
I feel you.
yeah.
which
And then
I
you get-
really like.
You almost got some damage on that batarang.
The Batarang, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
got some texture behind the bat. I don't know. This is tough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lock
think-
in my vote for freak style.
I think I'm gonna lock in for Batman Arkham City.
Yeah, I think I'm going for Batman as well.
There's freestyle is like this is honestly really close for me.
Cowards.
I think it's just kind of the cowards. It's just kind of the weird little nitpicky stuff that's sort of bugging me. I like
Mhm.
that's the thing is like there's not really a whole lot to nitpick about Batman for me anyway. Whereas Freestyle, there's just like this little tiny minor things that kind of bug me as I'm analyzing it. Like the backgrounds here, I almost feel like they shouldn't have even had like a stadium in the background. Just have this guy going through that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
No,
think
know
if
what
they
you're
would have
saying.
changed the angle so it looked like he was actually going through the Ring of Fire
Mm,
and gotten rid of the triangle at the bottom that kind of takes away or overlaps and gets rid of some of the image,
mm.
Freakstyle could have taken it, but yeah, it's the nitpicks as well.
I will agree. The font is dope. I like it. Again, you can't
Yeah.
really read what it's saying, but that is not an approved font by whatever the Bureau for if there's a bureau for it. But I know there's like
Euro
a
font.
font ratings, of like of legibility. It does not pass
No.
any sort of legibility test, but I do like that font. So
All right,
anyway,
so Batman Arkham City will move on
we'll move
2-1. All right, so now we're up to winning post 7, maximum 2007 versus American
Jake
Dragon
Long.
Jake Long, Attack of the Dark Dragon.
We remember the moments, and I can't forget
I
about
can
the
never-
moments where
It's hard for
where
me
I
to
voted
forget.
for it. It's it's hard to forget.
My favorite part about this box art is the horse in the logo. I like the horse head in the winning post.
I actually
7
really
logo.
like that a lot too.
Yeah.
That does look great.
I like the two-headed horse. I think that's my favorite.
I think my favorite part is the two-headed horse. As I'm looking at it more, I can kind of see there's more shading. I can kind of see the general outline of the break in the horses. As I'm looking at it a little closer, you can. It is kind of a mess still because it's just an action shot that they just took. I mean, like really, this is the best picture they came up with. That's the thing that's a little confusing to me.
Yeah,
I think
this had to get
you'd
approved.
You probably look. This probably hits hard to people who played the first 6 winning posts. You probably remembering the moments or something. I imagine
We remember the moments. Yeah,
You remember the moments.
Bringing
You're
back
probably
beloved
like
characters.
Yeah, it probably brings a tear to your eye. Like maybe these two horses are like lost to time.
I love
Yeah.
this. I mean, well, they're definitely lost to time. These horses are almost certainly dead.
No.
That's mean. They actually might not be. Actually, they might not be. Horses do have a decent lifespan. So maybe they're not. I don't know.
I'm so
Race horses are also. You might be surprised. Racehorses are actually when they're retired, they're extremely well taken care of.
Yeah,
'cause
especially if they're a
they've-
stud horse.
They've earned so
Yeah.
much, and so they retire. They retire well. It's crazy. Maximum 2007 is really intriguing to me. Like, is there another regular version of Winning Post 7,
Maybe
or is
I
this
don't know,
just
maximum-
like throwing on things to make it look?
maximum
More-
2007. Yeah, I don't know. Is that
Maybe
like the
this is like the definitive edition.
That's what I'm
Like-
saying. There's no way Winning Post 7 has multiple versions.
Yeah,
maybe?
7th entry. Jeez. That's
maybe
crazy.
originally released on the PS2 and now on the PS3 is the
How many
Game of the Year edition.
I wonder how many winning posts there have been. It would almost
I mean,
be
since
more
2007, they're probably at least up
It
to.
would almost be
like
more effective
15.
if this was the last, because then we remember the
Yeah.
moments will hit
we
hard
would
for
remember
fans.
it. We would like, yeah, they knew they were going out high. It's Final Fantasy
the final
7.
one, maximum
High mark for the series. You got Winning Post 7. I mean, there's every
Absolutely.
Dragon Quest 7. It's got all the 7s. So the Winning Post 7. It's just joining the ranks.
Okay. American Dragon Jake Long. The elephant in the room will continue to be that dragon. How long
Yeah.
can it withstand
How long can it withstand?
how Jake Long Attack of the Dark Dragon, who is yet to be seen, no Dark Dragon seen on the cover.
Yeah, maybe instead of I do like the American Dragon Jake Long logo. Even though you can get Disney out of there. Disney's American Dragon
Disney's.
Jake Long. But like maybe it could have been like fighting the Dark Dragon here. That would have been kind of neat.
Yeah,
Right.
they have the Dark Dragon.
But then he
looming.
spoiled the main villain, right?
Well, I guess that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe it's a twist who the Dark Dragon
I mean, they
is.
say the Dark Dragon. Do you not see it until the end? I don't know if that's what they're going for.
Maybe it's like a mystery plot where it's like you don't know who the Dark Dragon is, and then as you progress through the levels of the game, it's
that's
like,
true.
it was my teacher. This is the Dark Dragon, or something.
Or
Like I
maybe
don't know.
Maybe
it's-
my teacher all along.
Or
I
maybe
mean,
it's
that
like
sounds like generic kids plot. So,
Or maybe it's like a metaphor for puberty, and he is the dark dragon.
He is the
when
dark. He's fighting
hormoning out.
himself.
he's fighting the Dark Dragon. There you go.
Inner
Yeah.
turmoil.
Wow.
It's an
The dark,
idea.
everyone has a dark dragon within. Yeah,
That's what my mom used to tell me.
Wow.
As everyone has a dark dragon within.
Son, everyone has a dark dragon deep inside. All right, Mom. Thanks.
That's all she said. She didn't tell you how to deal with it. She just like, yeah, everyone has that. Yeah,
It's there.
that's there. So just just be aware.
am I brave enough to vote for winning post 7? I don't think so. I don't think I have it in me, but I want to remember.
I do want to remember the moments.
It's tough.
It kind of
think
is.
It's the dragon's mouth that lowers the American dragon significantly.
Yeah, and I do really.
But winning post, you got two-headed horse. One of them doesn't have legs.
The more I look at it, I do
Oh my
like
God,
the
he
logo.
kinda
of
doesn't.
Winning Post.
The one in front doesn't have legs, and the one behind has 2 legs. It's kind
Yeah.
of just like a hovering body.
Interesting.
This is an extremely Japanese feel to it, though.
Yeah.
I will
It does.
give it that.
I do actually really like the logo. The more I see it, even the
Yeah.
font and the maximum, I think it kind of works.
Yeah, the Maximum 2007. It does
And then
feel
you have it
very
in Japanese underneath, just added.
winning post 7. Maximum 2007.
I hope it says that when you opened up that game. When you start that game up, it better.
Winning post 7.
And the,
that would
the
be
horses come flying in, like
that would be awesome.
come flying in.
Ooh, the horse comes flying in.
Oh, wait, do you think maybe Winning Post 7 is almost like Fast and the Furious? Like it's gotten so far from the
They're
actual
like
horse
building
racing
submarines and
that
stuff.
they're in the sky. like this is not the Winning Post I knew.
Yeah,
in
this
the
is them. They're
beginning.
doing a race on an airplane right now. Yeah. They're-
Like it's actually they're in the sky and they're like
the rise of Skywalkering this. They're riding horses on a
they're fighting for the
God,
honor
big
of the lost
spaceship.
horses.
Yeah, I had to bring that up.
That
What if they called it Winning Post 7? Would that make it better?
like the noise they make. That's kind of that's how I first read
That's
it.
how I read it too.
Winning
Winning.
post.
Interesting. Well,
It does feel very like you go to like not an arcade, but you go to like a I don't know, like a pachinko parlor, or you'd go to like a casino or something, and this would be like, you'd see a logo like that, which makes sense because I mean, what is horse racing really about? It's about gambling.
friends we made along the way.
So it's about the friends we made along the way. Yeah. Which I guess it's interesting. This is rated A also, which is I think all ages in Japan, because the implication is gambling, which is outlawed technically in Japan. So I'm interesting how they skirt around that.
No,
Exactly.
they've taken to the skies. I think we're far beyond the gambling.
Gambling's legal up there.
Yes.
Okay. Also, can I just say that I keep forgetting this is on the PS3. I keep thinking it's a PS1 game. That's what it's giving me. That's the vibe I get. It's like
Yeah, a little bit.
PS1.
It's maximum 2000. Maximum. It's winning post 7. Maximum
I know.
2007. You have to
Yeah.
have 7 multiple times in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is. Tough.
I think I'm gonna have to
Alright.
vote on the horse. The horse has got me.
You're gonna vote on the horse now.
Or winning
that a
post
phrase,
7
or-
is my vote.
Vote on
You
the
have to
horse.
vote on the
Vote on the
horse
horse.
and
don't-
vote for
don't
Mac
bet
and
on-
Dragon
don't-
Dick Long.
Yo, don't bet on crazy legs in the third race at Suffolk Downs. No. That's some like old timey phrase, like don't bet on crazy legs in the third
Right.
race or something. Yeah,
Okay.
my
So are
my
you-
dad used to say that.
Are you locking in that vote for winning post?
I mean, my
7?
dad would probably still say it. He's still alive. I said it like, oh, my dad used to say that.
Yeah.
We remember, Alec.
We remember the moments. I have to. I mean, the more I look at it, the more I kind of fall in love with it. So I have to give it to winning post 7.
serious?
I kind of. I mean, I love DS box arts. I love the fact that he's wrapping around it. It's just that dragon, man. It really pisses me off.
But look at the logo.
Breathe the fire on the-
Look at Jake in the dragon. Isn't that cool?
It is cool. Why is he breathing fire on that logo? It would have looked a lot neater if he
Damn
hadn't
it.
been doing that.
It's heating it up. Look, it maybe the logo wouldn't have been there unless he heated it up. I think.
Watch,
I think
someone's gonna like come in
in.
and tell us. Actually, this is like a still from the opening. This is what he does in the opening.
It might actually.
He comes in as the dragon.
There is an
Maybe he
intro.
did.
Maybe he does do that.
Yeah, this might actually be like he might actually like fly in like that in the intro and like breathe on the gong. I don't know. I actually just started thinking about that.
We might
I
have
don't think he
cracked the
breathes
case.
on the gong. I know they like hit the gong in the intro, and that's
Yeah.
No, but I'm almost
Yeah.
thinking that's what they're going for, is that he's breathing on the gong, which is what's like making that insignia on it that shows the logo, you know? That it
Maybe.
heats up the logo.
Hmm.
I'm thinking that might be it.
Well, it's too bad. I'm locking in my vote for winning post 7.
Are you both locked in your votes?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll give a vote to American Dragon Jake Long.
It is good. It's almost like for the memes. I don't know if it'll go further than that, but like, there's just something very lovable and
Just so
about that
lighthearted.
box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's lighthearted.
It's lighthearted.
You remember the moments.
They're flying.
You remember the moments, yeah.
All right. Well, next up we have Forsaken versus Super
yes.
Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Oh boy.
All right, I'm looking it up right now. What kind of game? What is Forsaken?
Do we get to know
What
that
is this
knowledge?
game?
Is that something we should know?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. Maybe we should hold off on
I
that.
don't know, but
'cause
we know what kind of game Mario 3D World is. But
we do.
but
It's
also-
a platformer. Imagine
we
if
would've known that
Forsaken was a 3D platformer.
but Forsaken, I mean, our thing has always
That's a
been
really
like,
hard box art for a.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it goes hard.
it goes hard,
Because
hard into paint.
the thing is, we always talk about with box arts is like, what does it evoke if you don't know anything about the game? Will it sell you on the
Yeah.
game?
It's true. It's true. Yeah. So I didn't look it up.
Or do you
That's
have
right.
an idea of what kind of game it is from it? This one, there's like a mystery about it that this is kind of what's pulling you in.
I feel like this is almost a horror game where you're being chased, or like you escaped some capture.
Hmm.
It feels like it has like a grunge soundtrack too. You know.
Yeah,
Like
that
you're
tattoo
gonna have
definitely has a grunge feel to
like
it.
this feels like Alice in Chains like would do like some of the soundtrack in it.
Or like a Green Day feel to it.
Well, that's not grunge, but yeah.
Yeah.
I get the Green Day now though, because it's the American Idiot is like
Yeah.
them holding a heart. Yeah,
Yep.
I get that though. Yeah, there's something like interesting. It does really like. It does make me like very curious. Again, I almost am wishing that they hadn't put.
The teardrop.
No, well, the teardrop is a little weird.
The
I almost
tear
wish
is
that they hadn't
necessary.
put the. The tear is necessary. I just don't.
It
It almost
could've
looks
been
like they
different.
glued that on her. They glued that on like to take the picture.
Because otherwise,
That's
you
what
just
it
got a
looks like.
woman staring at you with a tattoo on her face, and it's like, and you don't feel anything.
I don't know.
But the
true.
texture of the hair
You just get really natty hair.
feels
yeah.
like it's probably crunchy, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
It's
wet.
she's been
It's-
through something.
It's just, is she out in the desert? Is she on a beach? Where is
Looks
she?
like she's in a field.
Oh, maybe.
Look, this is a Rorschach test. I was getting beach.
Yeah. She's getting beach. I was thinking beach or like I think I see where Ryan's getting field now though, because I see in the clouds in the background almost looks like patterned, like
Yeah, but
like
what's
wheat,
she doing on
sort
the
of.
field?
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean,
now.
I don't know. She could be hillbilly horror. Maybe she's like
She's a hillbilly
She's
whore.
like-
You said. Jesus.
Like the hills have eyes.
hillbilly horror. Yes,
Uh.
like The Hills Have Eyes or Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
There might be an element of that in it, maybe. Or what's the one freaking
Oh. I
um
know what you're saying. You're talking
Yeah.
about.
Dueling Banjos is in that movie.
Oh, what is that movie?
Shoot, that's gonna bother me now. It's I almost have it. I know it. Deliverance. There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Forsaken Deliverance. Maybe it's the prequel to Deliverance. Yeah, Forsaken. And then they were delivered. Yeah. Oh.
Look,
That's
I mean, the elephant in the room is that what's looming against Forsaken is Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury.
Yeah,
That's Titan. That's
It
a
is-
Titan to take
It's
down.
a pretty spectacular box
I
art.
don't want to
Don't lie.
lose Forsaken, but I feel like It has to be the case.
I
So
don't know.
the only thing about Super Mario 3D World, and I don't even think this is a knock against it because I think it still works, but like I've always I don't necessarily so much necessity in this statement. I don't necessarily know how I feel about the sort of background that they used for the Mario 3D games because they did the same thing in 3D Land too, where they
Sure.
sort of had the general sort of like checkered background that you see on like
Like a loading almost.
no, it's almost like Photoshop. It's almost in like an editor, like a
Yeah.
software editing program that they just sort of use that. And it works for Mario. Has used checkered patterns for since like Mario
It's
3.
checkered past.
It's Mario's checkered past as a bank robber. Woohoo!
Yeah, that's almost the weakest part of it.
It is.
But
It kind of still works because there's some whimsy to it, sort
kind of,
of.
but yeah, I do think that top part is where it's like,
You almost need that negative space to offset everything else going on.
Yeah, because there's a lot going on there.
There's a lot going on.
that's true. And we're also glossing over the fact of the logos themselves. I think are pretty strong. Like the 3D
Yeah.
world, how
Yeah.
it has the cat theme to it, and then Bowser's Fury is very distinct.
The words themselves in 3D World have fuzz on them. That's details right there. They do. They have fur on them too.
Do that?
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
I can go. I
No,
think I
you
have
can't
that. Hold
go.
on.
I
I actually
don't
have the
see
physical box art right here. I'm gonna go double check to make sure I'm not spouting lies. Okay, I might be spouting lies. I guess
You
it doesn't.
bastard.
The tail on the D absolutely has
That's
texture.
true, and that's what you were saying from the beginning, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Mm.
There's something smug about Super Mario 3D World's box art. You just
Something smug about
it's
it.
like I want it to lose. It's too good.
Woohoo!
You know? It's
All right,
like,
do we really need 2 Marios and 2 Peaches on here? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Yep.
Long lost twin.
Actually, we got 3 Marios on here.
3 fucking Marios? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, 3
Jesus
fucking
Christ,
Marios. I also like
assholes.
Plessy in the background, back behind the little flag post.
Pussy.
Yeah, that's Plessy back there. There
Plussy?
she is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm liking the stylized of Forsaken more so than Mario, though.
This would be quite
So
an
you
upset.
mean like the album cover sort of style?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could definitely see this on like a vinyl.
Oh yeah. I mean, I could see it like any. I could see like I said like a 90s album cover, like a grunge sort of.
Which box art pulls you in more when you see it? If you didn't know what the game was,
Forsaken for sure.
Forsaken.
Yeah, it's that mystery to it. Mario, you kind of know what you're getting. I think I'm gonna have to lock in with Forsaken.
Oh my goodness.
What are you doing, Zach?
No, you- I'm waiting for your next move.
You're waiting for me. Oh, you're waiting for me.
uh,
Okay. I like Forsaken's bold approach. It's very album cover. It really is making a statement. We don't necessarily know what the statement is. It's making me curious about, what kind of game is this?
mhm.
But I like a game that also creates a little bit of mystery here too in Mario 3D World because, Bowser's Fury. Oh, I've heard of Mario 3D World. What's this Bowser's Fury? Bowser looks really like serious and dark in that. What is going on there? What's that all about? You know?
Yeah,
So there's some mysterious elements to that in and of itself.
I think Bowser looks so badass there too.
Bowser,
yeah, for sure.
whatever Fury Bowser, Angry Bowser, I don't remember what they call him. Fury Bowser is like
Foodie.
the best Bowser design. Period.
Yeah.
They
True.
nailed it, knocked it out of the park. He's so cool.
Way better than Cat Bowser. Get him out of here.
Meowser. You
Yeah.
mean Meowser? Yeah. I like Meowser. He's kind of goofy, but I think I'm leaning Mario 3D World Bowser's Fury. It's so tough because this is probably maybe not the 1 and 2 of what we've come across because that Majora's Mask and Dragon Age were pretty hard too, but
Yeah.
Forsaken, it's tough. It's tough, but I'm gonna side with that. So I'll make the tiebreaker to you, Zach.
I was going for a Winnie there. Needless to say,
Yeah.
Needless to say, we will remember both of these box arts for sure.
We will remember the moments. We remember the moments.
Oh, God, the thing that's Mario 3D World. When I talk about smugness, I'm saying it's like it knows how good it is.
It knows how good of a game it is,
and it's like
it's
you
so
want
damn
it to
happy
lose.
about it.
Look at Mario's fucking smiling ass.
Stupid face.
Is Mario happy? Mario's, yeah. What are you so damn happy about?
3 times over. Oh man.
Well, we don't know how happy he is in front of that Bowser. To be perfectly honest,
I do like the composition of the last one, with him like his back to us.
Yeah, it's cool.
But Forsaken is striking. It is striking. It is bold. She's looking into my soul. She's pulling me in. But where you lose me is that Forsaken tattoo. And for that,
really?
I will go for Super Mario 3D World.
Wow. That's like the most interesting part of it to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Like I say, like you almost could have gotten rid of the text on the side and just had that, which would have been interesting.
That's not the deciding factor. I think Mario 3D World is just it's too good for me.
It's too good for this world.
I hate to be a basic bitch, but it is what it is. All right, the last round of the quarterfinals.
Especially also for a compilation game too. Can we just say that for a game that has 2 games on it?
Yeah,
that's pretty great. Like they did the best job they could to show off both games.
I mean, to be fair, they just take the original box art and then add that part in. But
yeah.
All right, so
it's definitely more intriguing than the 3-game set that they had with the N64.
Oh yeah, that's not the best box art they've ever made.
Yeah.
No. That one's not great.
They're wrong for that one.
Yeah, they're wrong for that one.
Okay, so the last episode or last matchup of this round is Lego Star Wars: The Force Awakens versus Dragon Age Origins. Do we even need to hem and haw?
I don't know if we need to hem and haw about this.
This is pretty clear for me.
Yeah, I will say I do like how well they tried to really sort of interpret the movie poster in The Force Awakens. It's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty spot on.
I don't know how well it really works. I don't know how many of the other... I'm trying to think of the other box arts. I guess other Lego box arts sort of do the same kind of thing. Kind of. Lego Lord of the Rings doesn't really do that. Lego The Hobbit doesn't really do that.
What about Harry Potter?
Harry Potter does do that. Jurassic... Well, no, actually, maybe it doesn't.
My
Excuse
goodness.
You're all right
Lego, yeah, I'll be all right. I'll hang in there. Lego Harry Potter does take like an aspect of the movie posters, which is that particular view of Hogwarts Castle.
Mm-hmm.
But then having the trio kind of like in different poses there is like, it's not really part of the box art, but this one is like legitimately like we are taking the film poster and putting minifigures on it. And I think Jurassic World might have done this too. I think that has like Chris Pratt on the motorcycle in that one. I think Lego Jurassic World is similar in that regard. But
the Lego games keep rearing their head in these box art battles. It's like every episode we got another Lego game in here.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty solid box arts. I'm not gonna lie. That Ninjago game was phenomenal. That really doesn't. I can't even go anymore.
Yeah.
Dragon Age Origins is just too good.
That brings us to the semifinals. 4 games remain in this box art battles arena. First up is Batman Arkham City versus Winning Post 7 Maximum 2007. All right, look, I voted against Winning Post 7, but I'm riding for Winning Post 7 here.
You are?
It is better. It is better than Batman Arkham City. God dang it.
Is it?
Lest you
I'm
forget.
enjoying it more so than Batman.
You
I mean,
would-
But
you,
I'd say arguably Batman's a better cover.
you wouldn't forget, no, would you? You wouldn't forget the moments
we
you've
can't.
gone through.
We'll never forget them. We'll remember. We remember.
But it is like the
moments.
maximum version, so I think that
Absolutely.
elevates it.
Yeah, this isn't Batman
Yeah,
Arkham
like-
City
Game of the year.
Ignited, whatever the other one is.
Arkham what? Arkham City Ignited
Reinforced Bars Edition, whatever that one was.
Armored Edition.
Yes.
You're thinking of Arkham City Armored Edition.
Armored Edition.
The absolute ass Wii U version.
Yeah.
That was embarrassing to look at. Yeah, I think it was Arkham Origins. Actually, I think it was that one. But yeah.
Look,
Anyway.
I think the dark horse in this competition is winning post 7. You know,
Winning
for
Post
lack of a better word.
Ooh.
I think for the fans, come winning.
I
post
don't know.
7.
I
All
can't.
like 3
so,
people who bought it in America.
so here's the thing. As fun as it's been to have to give the jockeys a ride here. It feels very like the only thing it's missing to make it like more Japanese would be to like have advertisements like in the corners and make it like what's that? There's like some website that's like I don't know if it's like a used car site or something. I don't know if they even still exist, but it was around for an extremely long time. It was an old like Web 1 design website where there's elements of this. That's a way busier website with like that's just horrendous. Like basically will like give you a seizure of how much flashing lights and stuff's on it. But aspects of this remind me of that in negatively now that I'm looking at it.
Look, I've voted against Batman every time. I don't think it's as special as you claim it to be. I think we've seen this done better in box art battles history, with games like the fuck Dying
Blood
Light.
Rain?
There's,
Dying Light was a really good one. Yeah.
like I think we've seen this style. I think there was another game even in that box art battles that I think was better. Just doing the white. The
grayscale?
Grayscale, yeah. So I don't think it's even the like.
Do we
that
really need to
quick
be
I can
reminded
reach
this
on.
is a 3D compatible game too?
Yeah.
What the hell? Not relevant. Hello.
In fact, that's a turn off for me.
Yeah, that's a giant turn off for me. Yeah.
This is a toss-up. They're both pretty solid.
Winning post 7 gets my vote. Final, locked in.
I might have to join you on that one.
Join me. There's another
I'm
horse to get
I'm
out
voting
on.
Batman Arkham. I'm voting Batman Arkham City because
Shit,
like
I'm-
as good a run as this had. I mean, I don't know if I can I don't know if I can remember the moments well enough.
Come on, I don't
Oh
know
my
if
god.
I-
Okay, no, you know what?
Oh,
Screw it. I just realized We Remember the Moments has a period after it.
absolutely.
They put a punctuation mark in there.
Yeah.
Every word is capitalized. WRTM. Remember this day.
So that made the difference for you?
No,
okay.
I'm kidding. I'm
Damn
still
it.
voting for Arkham City.
I don't like that period being in there.
Oh, jeez.
If I'm being honest, it doesn't.
Skills.
It's not open ended.
Well,
I
What if it had an ellipses at the end of it though? It doesn't.
That would be.
That would
I would
improve it.
It would.
Would improve it because that's amateur writing. That's amateur writing 101, which I think is wonderful.
You remember
If
the
they had that
moments.
on there, but dot.
Yes. No, this is defiant. It's definitive. We remember the moments. Okay.
We remember the moments.
I'm just gonna have to go with Batman.
You son of a bitch.
That's a close one.
This is horse shit. All right.
That blur effect really that good though, Zach? Come on.
It's so good. No, I hate it. But I just don't like the Batman, and it's in the grand finals. I think that's a travesty. But quite frankly,
Wow.
sometimes this happens with brackets. I think the match we're
Yeah.
about to do is going to decide the winner. If I'm being honest.
Okay.
But here,
Oh wow!
so-
Oh my gosh! I just realized what we have going on
so
here.
we got
Oh, this
Super
is
Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury versus Dragon Age Origins. Okay, two strong competitors.
here we go. Well, here we go. We already so we have elegant, simple. It does have a little some more, but but slightly more detailed than some others that have that sort of general style.
Right.
Yeah.
And then colorful, busy, but fun.
See, but Ryan doesn't like the people in the dragon. I do like the people. I think it adds depth.
I actually kind of do too.
Because otherwise, I think we're looking at a lot more simple. I don't know. I think I might have even voted Majora's Mask over it at that point. Because, I mean, you're voting simple versus simple. I mean, and just a dragon by itself, it's like, okay, it's a dragon. But with the people, it's
I
like...
think,
it draws
I think
you
the
in.
people might be growing on me.
Yeah, I mean, to
It's
me,
almost like they're on a battlefield for at least the guy, and then
Mm.
the girl is kind of looming. Is that a church or a tower or something
it's
next
like
to the O?
a castle or
It's
something.
gotta be
I
a
think back
castle,
there, yeah,
baby.
something like that. Maybe even just like a watchtower, of some sort. I mean, the
Yeah.
blood splatter on the dragon, man. That's like
That's my favorite part.
It's so good, yeah. And
Just
it's
on-
like it's so good they used that for Dragon Age 2 as well, if memory
Mhm.
serves. They used that sort of splatter thing because I think they knew they had something good there. Which
And I don't
they
think
completely
any
ignored in
other
the next-
background color would have been good with that blood splatter.
Mhm.
I think the pure white with the really
For
contrasty
sure.
red blood is
Mm.
really good.
Mhm.
And I think it is a benefit that we do have a PC cover here too, so it's not like the white can just kind of bleed out, and
Yeah.
it doesn't
Mhm.
go into like freaking a strong other color or
Like an Xbox 360 logo
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
and. So this is interesting. The two box arts here because this is what a couple of our winners are very similar in my eyes in the past. Like Dying Light is a very similar style to this. Dragon Age almost in like bleeding out, and then Splatoon 2 is very similar to Mario, and then it's like colorful and good composition. So I feel like these are just two really good ends of both ends of the spectrum here.
I think I'm probably gonna have to go with Dragon Age.
Why? Because of
With the
Mario's
simplest-
smug.
Yeah, because fuck Mario.
Someone's
Destroyed
gonna
my Forsaken, I'm
knock this
coming
guy
back.
down a peg.
Yeah.
He's had it too good for too long.
He's,
God damn it!
Stupid mustache.
he's
and
too
plumbing.
he's too damn happy about it. Look at him.
Everybody's always talking
Yeah.
about Mario. Mario's so good. Oh my goodness! But I do love the Bowser aspect.
See here, I'll even offer an example of a game that I have right here. So here we have. This is how I often see like compilation games where they just slash out
It's
the
a
middle.
hard cut.
This to me like having like the little like zipper sort of effect, or it's like a zigzag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Having that and having it lower and not like taking up half the box is just like it's just perfect.
And that might be because like Wolfenstein is such a harder type of game. Like it's far more intense than these happy games.
Sure. But to me, I think like when I see stuff that's like compilations, they usually like slash down the middle or cut. It's either a diagonal or like a straight.
Yeah.
Like there's not usually much
Like
else to it.
serrated.
Yeah,
Mm.
zigzag.
But the more I look at it, the more I am getting drawn towards Dragon Age. The reason being, I do think there is something to the, like they do have the better slash, but it is still a slash. At the end of the day, it's not like purely organic composition. I guess you
Like
could say.
almost have
Box
the
art,
two
like it's not
games.
all just one thought out composition. It's just taking the original box art and then adding on a snippet. You know, so I think there's something to the fact that the Dragon Age is like one whole complete vision, stands
Yeah.
alone. And
Would
the plus of it all, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury maybe takes it away.
So here's where I'm standing. I think the depth of field of Dragon Age Origins is like probably the best of any box art that we've seen today. I think
Yeah.
having like this strong foreground with these swords and everything, and then the midground being him. And it's like we have almost like four perspectives here. We have him near the swords, then kind of like the shadow of the wizard or witch lady in the background, and then even behind that you've got architecture back behind there. So it's like
Yeah.
really strong depth of field, which is cool. All on this really amazing dragon splatter logo.
Yeah.
I think my vote's going to be for Dragon Age. Honestly, as much as I love that Super Mario 3 World Bowser's Fury, as much as I love how they did what they did with those, I think I gotta give it up to that.
And I also vote for Dragon Age. So is that 3 for Dragon Age?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Trumped Mario. How about that?
All right. This is the
Take that,
matchup.
Mario.
This is the matchup you've
And
all
this-
been waiting for. Okay.
The battle of the simple cover arts.
It's Batman
Yeah,
Arkham
but you know
City
what?
versus Dragon Age Origins.
But you know what? I think I already know what I want. I think I already know what I want to pick.
I think I do
The
too.
answer is clear.
Yeah, it's Dragon Age
Dragon
Origins.
Age
Yes,
Origins is our
Dragon Age.
winner.
I think, yeah, Batman just had like had kind of a weird. I mean, heck, even if it was winning post 7 maximum 2007, it still would have been Dragon Age Origins. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens where Batman just had an easier bracket. You know,
Yeah.
Dragon Age had to take down the Titans along the way. Had to take down Majora's Mask and Mario 3D World to get here.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we just decided it was that was the championship match that we just had.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, again, like everything I've said about that logo is just works well. I think in the past we've also had box arts where they just are covered up with so much junk and crap,
Yeah.
like logos and shit. But like this was really cool where the EA logo actually like
Mimic.
perfectly fits on
Yes.
here because they mimicked the style.
Yeah.
I
also,
love that.
we didn't even mention that I think is cool. The little white slash in the middle of the red. I think that's
Oh,
cool too.
Well, that's
Because
the dragon's wing.
It makes
Yeah.
the wings,
Yeah.
and it also gives like a nice slash effect
Yeah.
to it. So
It's cool. I
Dragon
like it a
Age
lot.
Origins, that's a solid winner. Happy with that for box art battles.
Yeah.
What a journey!
All right, we gotta play it now.
Yeah.
It's one of the
That's
things.
the one I've always kind of like admired from afar. Like I loved the trailers for them. I love the box art. Just never got around to playing them.
Mm.
I played very little of it, but it's the box art battles effect is like literally I do kind of want to play it now, seeing that box art.
Yeah.
No,
I'll have to look into picking it up. Is there a PC version of this game?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, yeah.
We're looking at it, right?
I meant on Steam. I know there's a
Oh.
PC version of it. I know that exists, but I meant like Steam.
maybe
Is there a
we should
decent
access
Steam
that.
version? Is the PC version any good, or should I just get it on 360 or whatever? So, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm sure there is. I can't imagine after all this time BioWare wouldn't have had a good version on there. But what I always like to ask at the end of the show, it might just be Dragon Age, but what if you were to look at all these games? What games would you be most interested in playing, or which ones?
I think
stand out?
Forsaken. I need to figure out, see what the gameplay is actually like.
I want to. I know what the. Yeah, I want to know about that game. That to me like piqued my interest the most. I think. But no, actually, I lied. If I'm being honest, it's actually Street Racer. That's the most.
Freak style.
I need to know what the.
I mean, 30 great games, family party, outdoor
Now
fun.
get the hell out of here! You're not a host anymore. You're saying this stuff like that.
Really, Winning Post 7
It is
is.
intriguing.
How do you look-
Here's what
how
I
do you look it
imagine
up?
when you play this game. It's just like super basic, like
It's very dull.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just
think.
dull. But,
Yeah.
but they really get you with this box art.
just the box
There's
art,
something
lure
more
you
to
in
it.
and let you down.
Yeah, and then it's just like top down horses racing. It's-
I'm now that we've done this, I'm actually gonna look up what is Forsaken.
what is Forsaken?
Forsaken, PS1. Okay, is a 3D first-person shooter video game.
Mm.
It's developed by Probe Entertainment for Windows and PlayStation and Iguana Entertainment UK for N64 and published by Acclaim. So it was on the N64 too.
Oh, and it just looks
Interesting.
beautiful. I'm seeing some screenshots and it looks fantastic. It's really something to see. The ultimate 360-degree death match. Oh dear God.
It got some pretty decent reviews at the time, like really good reviews.
Okay.
Edge gave it an 8 out of 10 on the N64 version. Game Informer gave it an 8. PC version's a 9. PS1 version's an 8. 8.5, 8.9, 6.4 out of 10 is the PlayStation version, is what GameSpot gave it. IGN gave it 8s across the board. Oh no, sorry, PC version's 8.5. It got pretty good reviews around the time, which is really... I never heard of this game.
But it's giving me completely different vibes seeing the like screenshots and stuff than what.
Yeah, not what I expected at all.
Also,
Is
what the
oh,
fuck
it's like
is
Descent.
this box art?
Descent.
There's a different version of the box art.
Yeah, the European one
That
is
is-
very weird. It's like a
oh.
moon. It's like a moon or
Not
something.
given.
Yeah, that one would have lost really quick.
Yeah.
Similar to Star Fox 64, different paths appear depending on which targets were achieved for goals of shooting stuff.
Interesting.
Winning Post 7 looks like it's actually pretty decent. It's like you're almost gambling on the races.
No,
Yeah,
let
I think that is kind of what the game.
Interesting.
Winning Post 9 on PS4.
Oh my goodness. Winning Post 9.
2017 edition for 8.
We remember. Whoa. Yeah, we remember the moments. Seems like it's like the slogan.
A catchphrase for
Yeah,
Oh no.
because I'm looking and I'm seeing is
It's
on
in
Maximum Post 7
2013.
2008.
There's
That
one on
would-
the Switch.
Winning
Wait,
Post 7
wait.
Maximum 2008 is we remember the
Winning
moments
Post
as well.
7 2013 says we remember moments. We
It's not
remember
the-
moments.
It's not they don't have we remember the moments.
The fuck is Winning Post 7 2013? Why is Winning Post 7 so many different years?
Do you know what's wild? Winning Post, these look like these are like the same. Winning Post 7 has like the 2008 version is like the same image, only tilted, like at a different angle. And Winning Post 7 2012 is also the exact same image.
Is this kind of
It's
like
tilted.
sports games almost? It's like Winning Post 7
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, but it's so weird that they took that 7
each year.
because I'm looking at the page where it says Winning Post 7 Maximum 2007 is the sequel of Winning Post 7 and it's followed by Winning Post 7 Maximum 2008. So, sheesh.
When did they upgrade to 8? The 8 or the 7 has to mean something, right?
Is this like part visual novel elements to it? This actually seems like I'm not gonna lie, the horse racing parts seem like kind of okay, like
Yeah.
visually.
And it looks like there's some pastures where you can actually
Yeah, I wonder if it's like
horse.
raising horses. Yeah, you
And then-
raise a Derby stallion. The game starts off in 1984, 21 years before the symbolic Rudolph became the current racing sensation that he is. What the hell does that mean? A number of real horses appear for the first time in a video game in
yeah.
2004. Winning Post, what is this? Winning Post 7 2004 version? It's the OG. How many versions of Winning Post 7 are there?
There's so many. There's so many versions. It's like Street Fighter, like Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition, you know?
Well, King of Fighters, right? King of Fighters 1993 or whatever. King of Fighters 93, 94.
Mm-hmm. All right, so
Winning Post World 8.
So yeah, like last box art battles was the Shrek one, and that was the one where I actually ended up buying a bunch of the ones that we saw in box art battles.
I need to go do that because Shrek games aren't particularly expensive.
But yeah, the biggest ones I'm intrigued by are Winning Post 7, Forsaken, and Dragon
Forsaken,
Age
for
Origins.
sure.
Now I'm kind of feeling it, but yeah.
Feeling the vibes.
Yeah, I'm looking at the games for the 30 great outdoor games. It's interesting. I'm not saying there's one where you're like avoiding getting eaten by a crocodile,
Oh,
and that doesn't
Oh,
seem
yeah,
like a
you know.
normal
that's
No, that's
outdoor
a-
activity.
No, that's classic outdoor fun. Yeah, it's normally what I think of. All right. Well, cool. Well, there you go. There you have it. There's another box art battles in the books.
in the book. So what a great episode, great time with you, Ryan.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, Ryan. That was a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
thanks for inviting me.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
So you can check out Ryan on Otaku Brothers Gaming Podcasts, sold for free everywhere.
Sold for free.
Wow, that's
That's
pretty
Every
amazing.
podcast platform.
Yeah, you've got a. What's the new episode you have? When this comes out, that'll probably be the newest episode that's out. So, you have an episode coming up where you're going to be going over like Game Boy games.
Yeah, we're going to do a retrospective on the original Game Boy.
Yeah.
So it's a Destiny Island challenge where we pick 5 games that we would play for forever as we're stranded on a desert island.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No Game Boy games
It'll be a
in
good time.
Rockstar battles, though.
Yeah, what the
No.
hell? There should have been.
Because then you could have
Like
taken.
Wario
You
Land 3.
might have taken one of those over there, put you to the desert island.
Yeah, giving me some ideas for my recording
If Winnie
later this
Post
week.
7 was on a Game Boy, it might have found its way in there.
Yeah, I'll have to look for some horse games. I'm sure there were some like 5-pixel horses on the original Game Boy.
Absolutely.
Speaking of horse games, there was a 3DS game that I think was published by Nintendo. I want to say, like it's called like Pocket Horse Jockey or something like that. And I played the demo of it. It was actually like a great game. I really liked it a lot. It's like I think it's like you're playing poker or blackjack or something. I don't remember which. You're playing some card game while you're racing horses. And it determines like the outcome. It was very fun.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Well,
Pocket.
we will remember the moments from this episode.
We will remember the
Sure.
moments. Yeah. Pocket Card Jockey, that's it. No, it's solitaire in horse racing. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's an odd combo.
It's wonderful. I highly recommend. Before the eShop closes, people should check that out. If you want your horse racing fix, but you don't want to play some weird Japanese simulation game, play that game instead.
I think we're all missing a little horsing around in our life, you know?
Stupid. Why did I laugh at
a
that?
little more horseplay and go a long
A little
way.
horseplay, yeah.
What video would you recommend our
Nay,
viewers
I say
watch?
to that one.
No.
Probably the one I just watched today, going over your personality tests.
Oh.
I'm
yeah.
pretty similar to you. I'm INFJ.
Oh,
I think
okay.
you were INFP.
I'm my
Right,
INFP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so pretty close.
Yeah, INTP. Though one of my good friends was watching it, and he's like, yeah, I knew the results that you were going to be INTP, but he's like, but our personalities are actually we're similar in a lot of ways, but kind of different, which is like, he's like, I still kind of think you're an INTJ though. So, and I still kind of do too. I don't know. We'll see. Now we're spoiling what we are, but anyway.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Gosh. In high school, I used to be an INTJ, apparently, according to that. So, and now I'm INFP.
Well, we'll have to do the Enneagram at some point too. That's the one I'm most curious about. So.
Yeah, and I was right on the middle for a lot of them anyway. So just like one question difference, probably.
Yeah, it's been a few years since I took it, but I'm definitely not switching over to the extrovert side.
I will never convert.
No.
I will never. I'm not over there. Yeah,
Freak style.
definitely firmly in the eye. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Freak style for me. All right.
You're
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
Hit the notification bell. Like the video. Leave a comment. Hit all the links in the description for our social media. All right. And take care of yourself. We
Take care.
remember the moments.
We remember the moments.
That should be our new sign off from now on. Every episode.
We remember the moments as we salute.